Well, for the past week, I've been complaining of the stench in the room there. And each day I complain and they pick up these things in the wastebasket. And today, this is about the third or fourth day running, the guy that was on duty, the second time I called him, said that there was nothing in the basket. So, this time there was nothing in the basket. So, and he had told me that before that there was, well, the first time this morning, someone had forgot to flush the toilet. So that was the reason for it. But the second time I complained, I thought I saw something in the basket, and and I complained. He came in and showed me there was nothing there. So I got to thinking, well, it has to be something in the room itself. A small space, and if no air circulation, then it'll smell bad. So now I have to check back and apologize to the caregivers who may have been unjustly accused of not emptying the basket. But on the other hand, I can understand the caregiver coming into a room that smells that bad and not thinking of doing something about it. So that I'll have to look into that. But at least, by the way, when I started to leave Kay, I went out to the elevator. I saw the caregiver and the housekeeper there, and they had been discussing it. And the housekeeper wanted to look at the bathroom first. So I was all in favor of that because something in that room is causing an unpleasant smell, and which means if it's not the caregiver, it's the housekeeper, and naturally she wants to avoid any complaint against her, and I don't want to complain against her, but someone has to clean that up. And she's a very nice looking and pleasant, always greets me. She's not the one that got married shortly, but she's both of them. One's a blonde and brunette, long hair, and both work hard. But apparently they've been skimping on something that causes these smells in the room. But I cannot understand a caregiver going into a room and ignoring the smell when he gets in there, because these people are entitled to live in a good place, clean place, and that's homey, which they wouldn't do the way it has been. So anyway, I hope this is cleaned up. I think they're going to find out that the housekeepers have been doing the proper cleaning. But I haven't made a complaint to it unless they read this thing, and unlikely that's going to happen. Well, Kay wasn't in a very good mood to begin with. I think she's hurting. I'm afraid that she may be developing some adverse effects in her esophagus from the acid reflux, because she had a lot of pain right here. I tried to put my hand here and she drew back, and as if it was hurting her. What she needs is an endoscopy. So she's had 2, and so of course there were some years ago. So I'm going to hit up a nurse to see if maybe they can do an endoscopy, even in her condition, because very important if she's developing an ulcer in her throat. It shows that the medicine they're giving her isn't working at all. So that's about the size of it. I noticed that Shannon was working today. She's the head nurse. Said that someone didn't show up, so I don't know. Kind of a occurrence. I noticed there were some of the other nurses this week doing double shifts, so I don't know what goes. Anyway, we're going to look into see if we can do something for Kay. We didn't do anything today. had church, but it does start around 10 o'clock, and I have to leave at 10:30, and that's down the second floor. We'd have to get down there, and there wasn't enough time to bother with, so I didn't take her down. We just stayed together in her room. I thought I had lost my little recorder. Well, I knew I lost it because it wasn't in my carrier. The carrier that I did have was one of these, I don't know, after about half a dozen times opening it, it wouldn't lock shut anymore with the Velcro. So I had Tom get me something with the zipper in it. Well, the zipper's hard to close in such a way that it guaranteed to keep the recorder in the holder, and it fell out, fortunately. Well, I knew it didn't fall out in the outside or in the shuttle, because I had misplaced it. I was in the dining room this morning, so I knew it was up here in the room somewhere. Anyway, we found it, the caregiver found it. Fortunately, my eyes are so bad, I just don't see it. For quite some time, I wondered about this statement by Karl Marx that religion is the opiate of the people, and I wondered exactly what he meant by that. And now I have that figured out, and he's absolutely right. Of course, what he meant was religion was keeping the people from taking action to get their share of the wealth while they're alive. And as long as they are willing to get their reward in heaven, the politicians are just more than happy to see that they wait for it there. So that's what Marx was talking about. And take the words to when we all get to heaven. What day of rejoicing that will be. We walk the streets of gold and all those. Well, those are promises of reward in heaven. Well, the politicians are just great and happy to have you satisfied here on earth because they want their share here. So if that's the way you want it, do nothing. But you can see why I have the name on this video that I do have. Have a nice day.